Hey, lighten up, jerk!
But yeah, going kind of, maybe, okay, I know we're jumping around, but I want to kind of go back to what Andy said earlier about LA being a character, which it definitely is. And in a sense, it kind of reminds me of kind of like Ray Bradbury.
Yeah, like Raymond Chandler.
Yeah, Raymond Chandler. And that's all kind of, well, Raymond Chandler especially is noir. It's the origins of noir in a sense. Exactly. But even like Ray Bradbury stuff is kind of about Martians and, outer space type stuff and kind of colonizing another planet. But that's exactly what LA is. It was uninhabitable. There was no natural water.
It was a desert.
It's a desert. You can't live there.
Right.
But people want to colonize it. And whatever it took to make it happen. Doesn't matter who you kill. Doesn't matter who you hurt.
Right. Doesn't matter
it could be your own daughter. Who you cheated. We're going to make it happen. And that's kind of what LA is. And that in that sense, it is that character that's being colonized, almost raped in a sense. Kind of like how Evelyn Mulray was not completely raped, but she said it wasn't rape.
Right. But it was like at that point, it's like where like the line just disappears.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So what Noah Cross is doing to LA, he did the same thing to his daughter. Yeah, it's like he colonized her mind in a sense,
right?
And manipulated to believe that she's, that she has to give up.
Yeah.
And that's what the land LA just give up. All right, you guys just build whatever you want.
Right. Yeah.
That's see now that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now I need to go back and like rewatch that and thinking about that. It's like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, another little interesting thing that I just remembered, that, Evelyn talked about her, her writing. She still wrote. And then when Jake went to go see Cross, he was on his like ranch or whatever, and like there were horses.
Yeah.
And so that, that might have, been a way, or that, I think that was a little kind of foreshadowing of their connection.
Oh.
Yeah, because before when I first watched it, I didn't even think to connect Cross and Evelyn.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, so now that you mentioned that, and and maybe like the writing was, there, maybe that's when he would supposedly rape her.
Yeah.
So it's like this sick kind of like connection that they have.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, and that's what, and see, like movies like this is what I love about them, because and we were talking a little bit before we all started filming and stuff about how, a lot of some of these movies that we all kind of love, there's a lot of nuance in there. You could really go in a bunch of different directions and really start to really analyze them. You can analyze one character, you can analyze a theme, you can analyze like what they were trying to do with how they filmed it and how they framed it, and that's what's great about it. And I think that's why these movies last the test of time, because it's not just like point A to point B to point C, here's the end, bada bing, bada boom. And sometimes those movies are fine too. Trust me, there's a bunch of movies that I like that are just like kind of like, from point A to, point Z, and we're all good to go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always make sense, but hey, you know what? It's still great.
Yeah.
But these are the type of movies that it's like, it really like tugs at you. It tugs at your brain to like, man, what are they doing? And like I said, every time that you said we've all watched it probably about 100 times together, and we're still finding new things that we're like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't see that the last time.
Yeah.
And I think this is why those movies have lasted so long, like why we're still talking about them 40, 50 years later.
I agree. We're doing podcasts about them.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're so excited.
I know. I was.
What a bunch of nerds we are.
I have
fully embrace it.
I have been looking forward to this all week.
Yes.
I was so excited. I watched. I watched them again this week, but I've been watching them, for a couple times, like over the past, since we had this scheduled out. I was like, all right, well, let's watch it a couple times. Let's see how it. But I think this is the first time I watched it like back to back, because I've always seen them in separate separate viewings, you know, split apart by other movies, but seeing them back to back, and it's like there's some stuff that compares, and there's a lot that doesn't compare, but it is really, I'll be honest, I had a hard time really, you know, saying, do I think one's better than the other?
Yeah. It's hard to say. I don't know.